Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in today's film we're having a drive through Chloraka, Lemba, and then we're finishing off at St George's Hotel. So let's have the map up, and we're starting off at one of the gateways to Paphos before heading through the centre of Chloraka. Then we're going up onto the main road to Lemba itself and turning left at the Art College and heading down to the coast road. Then we're coming back towards St George's Hotel, where we'll have a look around the renovation work they're doing there. And if you hear any strange noises in the background, it's probably because one of our cats, Minxie, has decided to sit nearby me and wash herself. I just want to get that cleared up right away. So we've just left Paphos and entered Chloraka, and we're going to take a left turn here. If you keep on this road, it joins up with the coast road again after going through Cyprus. But we're going to go through the centre of Chloraka now. I filmed this yesterday and it was nice and sunny actually. A few clouds around. Temperature wise, I say quite chilly, but that's relative because chilly here is like warm if you're back in the UK. So, but I was cold and I had the heating on. So, but as I said, blue skies, no rain. We haven't had much rain in December yet. Hopefully that will change soon because we desperately need the water, especially after the desalination plant went up in smoke the other week. Chloraka is one of a few villages in and around Paphos, which is a very popular destination for Brits who want to move out here. I hate the term expat, I really do. I mean, to me, an expat is someone who, if you remember Rolf and Pet when they were doing all that work over in Germany, or wherever it was, they were expats because they were doing a work abroad, whereas they lived back elsewhere. Whereas if you move from one country to the other on a permanent basis, you're an immigrant, you're not an expat. My little peeve. So anyway, we're driving through Chloraka now, and these low-lying villages are handy if you want quick access to a beach, obviously, and closer to the main like hospitals and things like that. We chose to move instead to Pelemi, which is above the humidity level, which matters in the summertime. So it's not as hot up in Pelemi as it is down here, but it also gets colder at winter. But the advantage we have in Pelemi is that we're equally close to the northern and southern coast of Paphos, so we can get to see either of them, which is what we wanted. On the left here, there used to be a very nice takeaway, Pitagiga it was called, where you get very nice kebabs and stuff from, but I think they closed down and they're selling up or something. I just wish they'd open again. And we're coming up to Chloraka's main church now. I did actually look up its name, but it's a very long one, and I'd only get it wrong, so I'll just call it That's not the church there, by the way, that's an old one. It's probably the original one. The main church is just to the right where we are now. There's a nice tavern there. Yeah, the final destination in this film is to see St George's Hotel. I wanted to fly the drone around it because last time I was in the area, I noticed that there were a lot of building work going on there, so they're obviously having one of the winter renovations. And if you've booked St George's for next year, don't be alarmed. Renovations like this happen very frequently in Paphos, and they always happen in the off season for obvious reasons. Okay, but if I'd turned left back there, I would have gone actually it's up here. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. Yeah, I could have gone direct to St George's Hotel by turning left there. But instead I wanted to have a little drive through Lemba as well, because I recently did a film of me walking through the park at Lemba, and I knew where I came out because I know the area. But if you saw that film and wondered where I ended up, I will drive past where I ended up in this film, so that would like connect a few dots for you if you want to find it yourself. Also, while studying the map, funnily enough, in order to produce the one you see at the start of this film, I noticed I'd been incorrect in my when I was referring to the river that ran through there. I'll get onto that in a little while. On the left here, you have Papantonio's supermarket. I just skipped a big bit there because there was a bit of a log jam. And this lady in front of me is driving about 4 miles an hour. But yes, Papantonio's in the new year, they will be getting rebranded as Chlorenities because they were taken over. And that's all gone through now. So we're just, I think they're waiting for a quiet time in the new year when they can do all the rebranding. Not the sort of thing you'd want to do in the middle of the busiest time of the year, is it really? So I fully understand that. So we're coming up the main road. This is the one we took a left turn of at the start of the film. We're back on that now. And we'll be going left soon again to go past Lemba Art College. I did some footage on that recently as well. I haven't heard anything else since then as to what the final end game is for the place. It's a real shame though, because the wall outside the college is like a bit of a treasure of Paphos. And see the whole place just get bunged up in red tape and double crossings and all that. It's rather unpleasant. But there's the art college itself, so if you're in the area, go and appreciate the wall while you can. And this is where I started that film, where I went for a walk through Lemba Park, just there, and I went down that way. Now we're going to head through the countryside of Lemba. Now, yeah, I mentioned the river before. Well, it's a stream really that ran through the park. I said that that is the one that goes to Sandy Bay and finishes there. Well, in truth it does, but the main stream that goes there is actually on the to the right of this road. I only mention that because I like to be accurate. It did bring to mind a possible idea for future films actually. Would there be any interest from people if I picked a few rivers in Paphos and just did not film from one end to the other in one continuous film? So I'd imagine that would get pretty boring, but showed you the film, did a sort of like snapshots of various bits of the river from its source all the way to the end. Would you be interested in anything like that? Please let me know in the comments. But this is where I came out from the park, just there on the left, by the way. Having gone this week, I thought it was important to actually remember to point that out to you. And we'll be coming down to the coast any minute. Now, if you like our films, please do subscribe to our channel and share them far and wide on YouTube, because that helps us with the YouTube mysterious algorithm and gets us seen by more people, which is always good. And if you want to help us out financially, please go to our buymeacoffee.com/Paphos Life page and chuck us a few coffees. Each coffee is gratefully received, I can assure you. And if you want to get something back in return, go to our Etsy shop at etsy.com/shop/Paphos Life, and there you can buy a number of things, like calendars, phone covers, mugs, you name it, all featuring artwork and pictures that we've taken of Paphos. So have a look there. Probably too late to get the Christmas, but have a look anyway, please. And follow us on Facebook. Our Paphos Life Facebook page now has nearly 75,000 members and followers. We want to hit 75,000 before the end of the year. We've come to the coast road now though, so I'll shut up about that. And we're going to be we're heading back towards Paphos, and soon we'll be turning right though to go to St. George's Hotel. Now the traffic light up here is one of those annoying ones where they've got really shit hot, for want of a better word, cameras and lights on it. So do not, under any circumstances, creep over the line, or if it's gone red or is going red, just stay back, because otherwise you'll get a €300 fine, and that's not funny. You can tell it's that because of the markings on the road just there. But in this instance, it was all green, so I sailed through. Now, we're coming up to St. George's Hotel here, and you can see there's a crane there, and they're doing lots of work, and there's more scaffolding. I've done a drone film of this as well, which I'll be publishing tomorrow, and that'll give you a much better view of what's going on. But first of all, I'm going to go around this way just to show off St. George's Chapel, which is a very popular place for weddings. And I was intending to go around this way and drive past the entrance of St. George's Hotel, as I've done in previous films, but it's clear that that won't be possible at the moment because of the renovation work, so I have to do a little U-turn. But it gives me a nice chance to show off the chapel again, so you can see how nice it is. And now, so I'm just going to drive past the front of the hotel and down towards the beach area. Yeah, I mean, going back to what I was saying about rivers, it could be quite interesting showing you the course a stream or river takes from up in the hills. You'd be surprised as well where some of them start, I think. I mean, there's the obvious ones like the Zyros River, but there are much smaller ones that have a bigger impact because they like run through the centre of Paphos. And you won't know it, but they determine why some routes through Paphos are impossible. Direct routes, I should say. Anyway, it's food for thought. And we're coming down here. I eventually drove back up to this little car park just so I could fly the drone from it, because it's always better to fly the drone from the top of a hill. But now we're driving down. I noticed there was a ledge here, which I'm sure wasn't there before. Or perhaps I just haven't been very observant, but you have to make sure that you don't go straight down there, because there's a bit of a drop there now. I don't know, perhaps they've smoothed it and it was actually a more prominent cliff beforehand, I don't know. Ahead of us you can see the monument, which is remarkably weird looking, and St. George's Beach behind all the trees, and you can make out some cranes and building work that they're doing at the St. George's Hotel, and I will be publishing tomorrow a film of the drone going around there, so you'll have a much better look of it, so look out for that. Okay, anyway, I'll see you in the next film. Cheers.